Bonjour, let's have a look at 6 French words and expressions which have completely changed the meaning over time. Bah oui, on y va, monseigneur. Okay, let's start with accoster. Accoster. Nowadays, accoster means to approach someone. You may hear it like this. Ce mec m'a accosté dans le parc. This guy approached me in the park. However, in the old days, you might have heard it like this. Mon bon gentilhomme a déposé ma perruque à côté de ma robe. And this means, my good man put down my wig next to my dress. Back in the day, the word accoster meant to put something next to something else, which is where à côté, next to, comes from. So, accoster used to mean next to, but now it means to approach. Let's have a look at the expression semer la zizanie. Nowadays, it means to create problems. You would use it like this. Jean-Pierre, arrête de faire des ragots, tu vas semer la zizanie dans ta famille. Jean-Pierre, stop gossiping. You're going to create problems in your family. However, in the old days, you might have heard it like this. Mais attention, mon brave, tu sèmes la zizanie dans tes champs. Le peuple va être malade. Be careful, you are spreading toxic weeds around your fields. People are going to get sick. Semer la zizanie literally meant to sow toxic weeds or spread around a toxic weed. The word zizanie comes from the Latin zizania. It is some sort of wild rice. So, back in the time, it literally meant to ingest toxic weed, hence getting very sick. Nowadays, it means to create problems. Bouffer. I'm sure you've heard that verb bouffer. Nowadays, it means to eat excessively. It's very familiar. You would not necessarily use the word bouffer in every situation. Instead, you would use manger. However, you would use bouffer like this. J'ai trop faim, je vais tout bouffer. I'm starving, I'm going to fill myself up with food. I'm going to eat a lot. However, in the old days, you might have heard it like this. Monsieur, respirez, vous bouffez de rage. Sir, breathe, you're puffing up with rage. In other words, it meant to puff up your cheeks. Nowadays, it means to eat excessively. Now, bear in mind again that bouffer is very familiar. Manger should be used instead. No, bouffer means to puff up your cheeks. Formidable. Let's have a look at how we use it nowadays. Someone or something that is great. You would use it like this. Le président est formidable. The president is great. However, in the old days, it would have meant something completely different. Le roi est formidable lors des conseils royaux. The king is scary during royal meetings. Formidable in this context meant scary, while formidable nowadays means amazing. This couldn't be more different in meaning. Ah non, toi tu es formidable. Ooh. Now let's have a look at the verb énerver. Now, nowadays it means to make someone angry, to nerve someone. You would use it like this. Ce conducteur lent m'énerve. This slow driver annoys me. But in the old days, it would have been used very differently. Like this. Ce festival du vin énerve mes jambes. This wine festival makes my legs go soft. Now, in this case, it meant to make someone or something go soft. We no longer use this meaning in French. Instead, énerver means quite simply to get annoyed. Annoyed? And to finish, here is the last word. Un crachat. Now, this one is a funny one. Nowadays, you would use it like this. Berk, il est sale, il a fait un gros crachat. He's gross, he did such a big spit. Now, of course, this is very similar to the verb cracher, which means to spit. However, and this is where it becomes very interesting, you would have heard it like this. Je suis haut gradé. Voilà mon crachat. I belong to the high military forces. Here's my badge. I know, right? A crachat meant a military badge. That's what it meant back then, as opposed to a spit nowadays. And there you go. As you can see, there's been some huge changes in meaning in words over the past centuries. Now, of course, if you're interested into the French culture and history, we cover a huge amount of this in my live classes. So why don't you check them out? All you need to do is click on the join button below. That's it for me. Au revoir, à bientôt et puis bisous bisous. Adieu, mon seigneur.